Hey everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111 back to you with your hump day reading. Okay, I used 10 decks. I felt a little guilty that I didn't use as many on Monday, but it's because we had two readings out because Laura and I did a collective reading. So I didn't feel the need to do like a super long reading. Um, but I'm doing this long reading today because I really don't know if I'm going to get to a Friday reading because I'm off starting after close of business tomorrow. After I do all my readings, I am on vacation. So I've done a very long reading here today. Hopefully it won't feel long because I just get to all the messages. I'm channeling this real time as we're doing this, but I have to tell you, I almost didn't do a reading today. I was going to save it for Friday, but I'm so extremely happy that I did. So remember, last week, the feminine was singing, I'm every woman. Well, the masculine is singing today that he is every man. And I am so extremely proud. And Laura and I have been talking about how the feminine has been leading the way, right? Well, the feminine has led the way. And I've always been saying too that the masculine's going to do the work, don't be his savior. He's doing the work. Every king is on the table, okay? We don't have that many queens. We don't even have a queen on the feminine side. Why? She's in her power. She's dealing with the residual. She's closed out a cycle. And now that's why she's resting, right? She's recuperating. She may have been sick. I don't know. But there's not a huge queen presence. On the feminine side, there's a major king presence on the masculine side with the appearance of the Empress, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords. All Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands are all matches here, okay? All matches. So here's what I did. Here's what I did. Overall energy is at the top here with the traditional Rider-Waite. Then we have head, heart, and 3D space for both the masculine and the feminine. We have the current connective energy, future energies, and just messages from the universe on the connection about what's truly going on in the inner workings. I did 3 cards, current state of the contract. Where are they on their soul contract with the Akashic records? I pulled 5 messages from the masculine and the feminine. And I clarified 1 card that is my trigger for him with 2 different tarot decks. And then I used the Oracle of Mermaids for how he is viewing his feminine today. So I have to tell you, I am so proud. I'm so proud of the masculine. So proud. The tower has shown up, as you know, if you've been following me a few times. It's shown up on Monday, shows up again, shows up in his 3D space. The tower fell. There's been a huge shift. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. We are 2 days away from the winter solstice, where a lot of my colleagues have been stating and talking about and channeling major shifts, okay, in the collective. There's going to be major shifts here after the winter solstice. And I see it in the masculine. And, I do want to, before I get into this reading, really kind of talk to you guys a little bit. I never talk about my journey. I really don't. I do sometimes with clients that I've had that have been with me for a long period of time. But I will share that, yes, I am a divine feminine. I have a divine masculine. And, I have felt that, you have to surrender when the queen, the feminine, is in her power. She surrenders any attachments to union, to the connection, and focuses on her evolution and healing and helping others. And when the feminine does that, this is what we see in the connection. And I will tell you that those who I interact with that are on the journey, that have been along the same journey and transforming themselves into their inner goddess, right? From the feminine, divine feminine to their inner goddess now. Their masculines are changing. And these illnesses and these health issues and things that feminines have been having is just kind of the weight of what the twins maybe have been purging, old behaviors, old situations, and those timelines. And I have to say that I'm so proud of the feminines that have been doing this work on themselves, on focusing on themselves, on their self-love. I am so proud of the masculines for seeing that light that the feminine has been showing through those wounds. Because remember that when your heart is wounded, and that's where the light starts to come in, and that's where the light has has come through the feminine's heart that maybe the masculine pierced, okay? But through that, there has become clarity, and then that wound and that light that has broken through her maybe very guarded heart at times has led the way for the masculine to do the work. I also want to thank a few people here because I'm not sure if I'm going to do another video or when I'm going to do another video, because I am, again, like I said, on vacation. And this is the season of, giving and of gratitude. And I'm grateful and gracious for all of my soul family anyway, but I do want to take the time to publicly thank some very, very special people in my life that have surfaced, that the universe has manifested into my life as I have been on this journey, okay? First and foremost, that's Angela, Mystic Moon. When I first started learning about this journey, I did go to another reader that was very helpful, but, I was really looking for, the analytical person that I am was really looking for more of kind of a 3D, help me understand what's going on. And I found Angela at Mystic Moon, and she did a reading for me, and we became really good friends, and she helped me understand this journey from where I was when I was first entering this world with this connection. And then I met Duchess from Eastwick Tarot, and she's just the most amazing person, woman, goddess. And so Duchess and I talk as well, and she's been a wonderful sister and friend in my journey, and she is amazing. So if you don't know who she is, go to Eastwick Tarot on Instagram, and she is wonderful. And she then in my second kind of, and not my second, but in my next level of understanding, Duchess has been an awesome partner to me, and still very dear to me in my heart. She's been there many, many times, and we have talked many times just about the journey in general, the collective. And she's very wise, very gifted. And then as I continue to evolve, and again, I didn't lose these connections with any of my soul family, but then, the universe manifested Laura in my life. And then we've built this evolution from being the 3D self, the old self, and then moving into the divine feminine power, which we've done in just like the short amount of time that we've been together, and now shifting into this goddess energy. Now I feel like I feel evolved, completely evolved, and there's more work to do. The work never stops. You continue to learn, you continue to understand, you continue to be on this journey. But I feel like, man, I really feel like some of that hard work, that hard work that you're all doing, that we're all doing, that we have all done, is coming to a close. Cycles are ending. You have heard many people say that cycles are ending, are concluding, so that we can birth something new. Okay? And so Laura coming into my life, and now us embarking on this journey together. Remember, we're doing these webinars starting in January 14, 16, and 18 around honoring your divine feminine, honoring the masculine, and oneness within, oneness in the connection. And then we're going to be doing this in-person seminars coming up in the new year as well. I'm just so grateful for all of these women, these divine women. And by mentioning them here today, I hope that I honor them, and just kind of like a little emotional. They're just so special to me, and I so appreciate all of the friendships. I really do. And I respect the work that they do, and the messages that they share, and the support that they have continuously given me on my personal journey, which is why I'm so committed to this collective, to do these readings, to work with all of you, to share the messages in detail. It's because I have received, and I want to make sure that I continue to pay that forward to all of you. And so again, I thank Angela from Mystic Moon. I thank Duchess. Thank you, Duchess, Eastwick Tarot. And Laura at Be a Good Soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I wanted to make sure that I said that to all of you today. So check them out. They're wonderful, wonderful women, very gifted, very, you may already know them, right? They've been doing this a lot longer than I have. But they're wonderful. They're wonderful. They're gifted. And I am forever grateful to the universe that I have met them. So let's get started. Okay, so this reading, man, amazing. Okay, so let's go over the overall energy for the masculine and the feminine. Well, here we go. Bottom of the deck, my favorite card, Seven of Swords. Ugh. Okay, got to start with that and just get it over with. Okay, there was some deception. I'm not going to lie. There was some deception. Something went down, and I have to say it's deception. It's not strategy. Why? Because in the 3D messages from the masculine to his feminine is he's telling her that he tried to deceive her. And then we have that in the message from the universe too, that there was some lack of clarity that was created in the situation so that this shift, this final closing can occur in their cycle, okay, between the masculine and the feminine's relationship. So this was needed. Everything that happens in this connection is absolutely what is needed at this time, okay? So bottom of the deck for the overall energy for the masculine and the feminine, Seven of Swords, deception. Somebody was trying to get away with something and didn't get away with it because the feminine is the wiser, right? The Queen of Swords, she came out. She came out twice. So, Queen of Swords set some boundaries, said some things. The Tower fell. So here's the overall energy. Three of Swords. The masculine is heartbroken. There's sadness in his overall energy. And it's also probably because he tried to deceive her maybe with a perceived third party type of situation. It could have been a person, it could be a job, it could be whatever. But there was some sort of third party energy in the connection where he tried to deceive her, but instead, what did it do? It created heartbreak and sadness for him. It like backfired, okay? And it was around this deception, Moon's energy, okay? He tried to hide something. He tried to be shady about something, and he ended up breaking his own heart. Well, who is the masculine? King of Pentacles. So in this reading, if your masculine is a earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, this is him. I don't care what signs came out here because I really feel like his overall energy, this is what's present. He is the King of Pentacles. And he tried to pull one over, ended up hurting himself, and now he's trapped in his head. But he's going to gain clarity if he's not already. That is his overall energy, okay? For the feminine, remember, operating from the Seven of Swords, she's like, I saw something, Page of Wands. There was a message, there was something that maybe she saw that was uncovered, that was kind of new. Page of Wands is typically like an offer of a message or something. So maybe she saw some message, And now it made her kind of evaluate this connection. What is my choice? What should I do? I'm a little stuck in my head about what I have seen, what I'm thinking. I'm evaluating this connection, but you know what? I'm working on my 10 of Pentacles, my long-term success. Why? Because she is the queen. She is the queen. She's focused on herself, but yes, her overall energy, there was something that she saw. She's evaluating the connection. She's wondering if it was an illusion, what she saw. Okay, so she's very much kind of in this 3D energy of like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm judging, I'm evaluating in this devil's energy. But you know what? I'm still focused on my long-term plan. She's focused on her long-term plan and what it is that she needs to do for herself. I have like no room here for it because I have too many cards on the table. Sorry. So I'm going to put these here. That's the overall energy. Let's go to the masculine. The masculine's bottom of the deck is Four of Cups. So right now, Four of Cups is like, he's dissatisfied. Four of Cups also for me is a card where he's not taking any offers. Like he's not opening himself up to a cup, and he's also not going to give a cup. He's closed. He's closed off. Why? Because his heart's broken. Okay. Bottom of the deck for the feminine is the Hanged Man. So she's in a period of like, yes, the relationship is suspended at this time because things have occurred in our connection. And so I'm continuing to enlighten myself. I'm trying to just shed this residual last burden, this evolution of who I am turning out to be. Okay. So, or who I am evolving into. So she's shedding the last of this old self of hers. So in his headspace, when he thinks about his feminine, what is he thinking? That's the question. When this divine masculine is in his headspace, okay, we know in his overall energy, we know that he is heartbroken. He tried to like have a secret, which backfired, broke his own heart, trapped him in his own head, and he's trying to gain clarity. Like, how is he going to get out of this situation now? Because my feminine is kind of pissed. My feminine thinks I'm shady. My feminine is like upset. Okay. So first card out for him in his headspace, 10 of Pentacles. How am I going to get this long-term partner back? 10 of Pentacles is a match to her 10 in her overall energy. Because she's like, I'm going to manifest my own reality, my own legacy, my own commitment to myself, to my success, to my future. And he's like, how am I going to get that back? Okay. 10 of Pentacles, first card out. How do I manifest this long-term relationship with her? How do I get everything back with her? As the King of Wands, he knows he needs to come forward as a King of Wands. He knows he needs to come forward as a king, have ambition, have direction. Okay, but he knows it needs to come with honesty. Second King. Remember, we've got King of Pentacles already on the table. We got King of Wands now. Now we have King of Swords. So he's like, I need to have direction. I need to come at her with exactly what it is that I want from her, and I need to come at her with the truth. She will not stand for anything less now because she is the wiser. And I'm very, very sad and regretful about what I did in the Seven of Swords energy, that I tried to dupe her or deceive her, okay? In her headspace, remember, she's in the Hanged Man's energy. She's trying to let go of certain things, situations, behaviors. This relationship is suspended because we are, again, shedding. He is growing. Two of Pentacles. She's kind of trying to make a decision. Not really sure which way she wants to go with this right now. But what she does know is she needs to love herself. Ace of Cups. She needs to love herself. And if this relationship is to work out in the future, she needs to be able to pour from a full cup. And so that's the only way to have this renewed love, is if she loves herself first. So right now she's kind of like, yeah, I'm not really sure which way I'm going to go with this relationship right now. I'm just going to focus on myself. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to guard myself. Seven of Wands. She needs to guard herself. So in her headspace, she's a little guarded from this. And Nine of Cups. She's going to make her own wishes come true. Okay? She's going to make her own wishes come true. In the heart space for the masculine, what does he feel when he's feeling for his, excuse me, for his feminine? King of Cups. I love that we have the wands and the swords, the King of Wands and the King of Swords in his headspace. That's all about action. That's about truth and thoughts. Cups should be in his heart, and I love it. This masculine, man, this masculine is doing his job. He's doing his work. He wants to be the King of Cups for her, emotionally and mentally mature. Who's her? Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is a match to the King of Wands. That is really how he views her, as someone who is fiery, independent, successful, sexy, alluring. She is fine without him, and he's in a little bit of fear. It's going to come out in the future. Like, he's scared that he's lost her. He's scared, but he has hope with the Star card about having a reunion with Three of Cups. Okay, he's scared, and it's going to come out. I forget, in one of these cards of the many, many, many that I have, it's going to come out that he is scared that he's lost her. But Feminine's not worried about it. Feminine knows he's doing his work and that she needs to continue to focus on herself. So, heart space, Seven of Pentacles. She's like, I'm not investing anymore. I value the connection. I really do. I value the connection. I've invested a lot of my heart and my soul, my spirit into this connection. And I'm just not going to invest anymore. I'm going to see what I'm going to be able to sow later. Well, she's going to be able to sow a fully divine masculine, someone who's truly in his power. She's going to be able to sow that. So right now in her heart, she's not investing anymore. Ten of Wands, this is the end of this cycle. She is releasing these burdens. Right now, this is a little bit of a burden, okay? She is in this devil's energy, in her overall energy, with the Seven of Cups, with Judgment. So she's kind of like, I'm burdened by this. Is he doing the work? Is he not doing the work? Well, who cares? She's doing the work for herself, where she needs to release the burden and continue to focus on her self-love, because justice will be served. Things will be corrected. The scales will be balanced. And the Knight of Cups, he will come forward with his cup. All right? In the 3D space, what does the masculine want, or what has happened in the 3D with the masculine and the feminine? Empress, he sees his feminine as his queen. Okay? So not only do we have the Queen of Wands who comes out, now we have the Empress. She is his queen. He knows it. She is the person that he wants in his life to build this 10 of Pentacles with. She's who he wants, okay? And she is the person who has triggered him into this change to be every man. So in the 3D, the Empress, he views her as his queen. Five of Swords, they've just had conflict because of the Seven of Swords energy, and his heart is broken because this conflict, this deception created a tower. There is a realization that happens. The tower falls. I'm hoping this is the final crumbling of this old masculine's energy, because this Queen of Swords has spoken. He tried to deceive her. She pulled out her sword. She pulled out her queen power, her empress power, and she cut the connection. She did. I really feel like right now they may be in a little bit of separation. Okay, so they're telepathically connecting for sure. They're energetically connected for sure. But I feel like in the 3D, this relationship, they're in a little bit of separation. Okay, I don't know how long it's going to last, so don't ask me those questions. But I really feel like it's necessary, because when she cut him off, he starts doing the work. I've never, in the whole time I've been doing this, since I've been doing this in July, I've never seen all of the kings show up for the masculine. I've not seen that. So now in her 3D space, and if you haven't noticed already, we've got a lot of aces on the table. Ace of Cups. We have Ace of Swords for him in his overall energy, which is around clarity. And we have the Ace of Wands now in her 3D space. So she's looking for a new beginning, a new and improved, passionate new beginning, and nothing less. Like, she doesn't want the same crap anymore. And she knows it's going to take time to move that forward. And there is some sadness in her heart. Why? Because they haven't been able to work as a team. Three of Pentacles. They haven't. It's just right now, you know, they're working as a team in the 5D, and it's going to come up here in the masculine's message. But in the 3D space, It's because they're going through this challenging time of the Tower, of the Five of Swords, of the Five of Cups, excuse me, of the Ten of Wands. This Five of Cups is a match to his headspace, okay? So she's feeling it in the 3D. In his head, he is so sad and regretful and heartbroken. And in the 3D, she's trying to shed it, okay? She's really trying to shed it. She knows she has no control over this timeline, and that all she has control over is herself and her evolution. Okay, so let's look at this top down for the masculine. He wants the Ten of Pentacles with her. He wants to create a legacy, a family, a commitment, a marriage, success in every part of his life with his feminine. He knows, though, he needs to embody the King of Cups energy with his queen, because she is a queen and she will not take anything less than the king. Then we have the King of Wands as a match to the Queen of Wands, that are both in conflict. Two fiery energies who have just sparred, who have just had it out, okay? Then we have the King of Swords with the Star and the Tower. And what this is saying is he knows he needs to come forward with the truth in order to have any hope to rebuild after this Tower moment. And then finally, he is sad and regretful about this reunion. He's not sure if he's going to be able to have this, because she is in the Queen of Swords energy. She has pulled out her sword and cut the connection for the good of both of them, for the sake of both of them. All right? For her, she's not sure what she wants to do. She's invested enough, but she sure as hell knows she wants a new beginning that is very different from anything that they've had before. She's operating in her own self-love. She wants to put down these burdens, but she knows that it's going to take some slow and steady effort by the both of them to maybe come together again in the future. Okay, right now she's guarded because justice hasn't completely been served, and she is sad, okay, over some of the things that have happened between the both of them. Then lastly, she's making her own wishes come true. She's giving herself the cup, okay? She does want it from her masculine, but she's happy to fill her cup, Ace of Cups, herself, because she's learned. Three Pentacles is about learning. It's about growing. It's about learning lessons, working as a team. And so she's going to make her own wishes come true. She's going to love herself. And that is the lesson. That is the journey of this twin flame connection. It is about self-love. It's about empowerment. It is about evolvement. Okay? It is really about, your highest good. It is about your highest good. And so, and then naturally the connection starts to align. The masculine will start to align, but you have to start with yourself. All right, so let's go to, where do I want to go? I want to go to, how is the masculine viewing the feminine, okay? Use the Oracle of Mermaids deck. Here's the thing, bottom of the deck, Wave of Power. Oh my God, when I saw this, I see him coming into his power, and it says a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. This wave of power, he is coming into his power by watching his feminine honor herself. Okay, so when he views his feminine, first thing that we get, air. So air, this card says, breathing deep, entering into new life. This connection is coming into a new life. This feminine has morphed into a new goddess. This masculine is coming into his king power. He has gained air, just like he's seen the light through her wounds to help him guide the way. He has taken in her air. Okay, it says breathing deep, entering into new life. It has given him new life, exchange of life-bringing energies. Okay, I'm just like, wow. These all fly out, by the way. So if any of you have done readings with me, you know I only take flyouts. So the message here of air is that, it's like he finds nourishment from her ascension. And so he is able to breathe far and deep into the oceans now to further go into his inner self to heal those core wounds, to then come out because he's taken this deep breath of fresh air from his feminine's energy, and he's able to go very, very deep within himself, heal these wounds, and then come up as a king, which is exactly what he's doing. All right? And so then the next card is divine sensuality. Okay? So this is all about, you know, his, what's that chakra? Root chakra, right? It's about the root chakra. So he's very much like, I don't know if like this fight turned him on, like all of a sudden he's so aroused by her anger. I don't know, man, but he's very much kind of or maybe he's thinking about the last time they were together, okay? And so this is very much a card of divine sensuality. It says making love, erotica. So he's very much seeing you. He's just feels empowered by you. He feels so much more attracted to you. And this is really about, you know, kind of going back and thinking about his physical expression with you, maybe the last energy exchange. It's also about wanting to care for you, having greater intimacy with you. You know, this is really about him very much connecting with you with his physical self as well. And then the last thing here is about how he's viewing you, is he sees that you guys are going through a cycle, farewell to the moon, and he knows you guys are ending a cycle. And this cycle that she's shedding, that he's shedding through this new tower and conflict that occurred, he has gotten this new surge of power through his feminine. And now they're ending this cycle. Ten of Wands, she's releasing the burden from her heart. He's releasing these deceptive energies. And they are really coming into this next cycle of something very, very, very new. Okay, very, very new. So now let's go to messages from the masculine to the feminine and the feminine to the masculine. Okay, so the first card out was vibration. So again, remember I said they're not talking because the Seven of Swords happened. The Queen came out, pulled out her sword, cut the connection. Tower fell through the Five of Swords. And now they are in some sort of separation in the 3D. Okay. So bottom of the deck for this messages is pride and ego. Right now, they're very much kind of in their pride and ego. All right. I don't know that she is, or even he is so much. I just feel like there's a little bit of this defensiveness, this guardedness. I don't find it to be a lower vibration pride and ego, because I feel like they're so much more evolved than that old pride and ego. Like, oh, I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to do this, or he did that and blah, blah, blah. And so no, that is not the energy that I'm feeling. It is this kind of wound that again has occurred, that now people are in the Seven of Wands. They're just a little guarded. They're just a little guarded because of this Seven of Swords situation. Okay. So, first message out is vibrations. So basically here, with this vibrations card, what we're getting is that he is feeling her energy. We just saw that with how he's viewing her. He's taken in more air so he can go in deeper. He's feeling physically connected to her, and he knows that they are ending a cycle. She's already known they're ending a cycle. So he's feeling her vibration. They're connecting in the 5D telepathically, again with the air, again with divine sensuality, again with this whole ending of the cycle. They're connecting. They're very, very evolved. They're connecting in the 5D. And he is surrendering. He's telling you, I know you have surrendered me and this connection and results to it, and I am surrendering things as well, okay? So that I can be in a higher vibration for this commitment. But feminine, I did deceive you. So you know I clarified this card. What was the deception? Well, I'll tell you what the deception was. Well, he was trying to create some sort of illusion, magician, okay? Seven of Swords, some sort of illusion somewhere where he was trying to be deceptive and to try to either reject her, abandon her, or make her feel rejected. And he knows it was not from the most honest place, King of Swords. And the King of Swords came out of his headspace, remember, was followed by the Five of Cups. So he is very, very remorseful. So, and he knows he did not operate in the King of Swords. He knows it. So he tried to create some sort of illusion to try to upset his queen. And she saw it. And she's like, okay, well, here's my sword. Back out, cutting that energy from myself because it doesn't serve me anymore. And if you're a part of that energy and connection, well, unfortunately, Divine Masculine, if you're not going to operate in the highest truth, then I will be cutting the cord. You can't really cut the cord, but cutting the energy from her becoming affected by it. Okay? She's stronger. So I wanted to continue with this deception because you know me, I always have to get to the bottom of it. So he creates some sort of illusion to get a reaction, doesn't act in the up and up. So when the vice versa deck, we get these two cards. Well, here's what we get. And I'm going to pull out the book because I want to do this justice. So he tries, remember, to like dupe his high priestess, okay, the divine feminine. Well, she's got her back to him in this card in the vice versa deck. And so when she has his back to him, what does this mean? Well, it says that you have just passed through a challenging initiation and have been admitted into the inner temple. This dupe, this deception was necessary for this connection to go through this final stage. I'm telling you of unleashing something. So it further says, take some time to reflect upon what you have recently learned. Sit with any fear until it dissolves away. Remember, I said he's fearful. He's lost his queen. It says 2 keys of knowledge. You see the 2 keys there on the pillow? 2 keys of knowledge are now yours for the taking. The gold key is for the worldly matters. Remember that. King of Wands, worldly. King of Pentacles, remember in his overall energy, worldly. And the silver key is of mystical matters. And you have proven yourself worthy of the mysteries. And so he right now is sitting in fear, and he's taking the time to reflect on what he has learned, what he has realized through this tower moment that came out in the 3D. Remember, with his Empress, he fought with his Empress, who is the Queen of Swords. They fought 5 of Swords, and nobody won, and the tower fell, okay? The tower fell because of that. And so he's sitting in a little bit of fear. He's sitting in, what did I just realize? What did I do? When I hurt my twin, I hurt myself. Hence his overall energy, heartbreak, okay? He hurts his twin, he hurts himself. That's what he learned. So then the next card, which like further brings this deception home, 6 of Swords. But in this side of the deck, okay, of the vice versa deck, I'm so glad I used the vice versa for this. It says here, in this side, it is wise to remove yourself from conflict for a time. So this separation, this cutting, because she's stronger, she cut the cord. Well, not cut the cord, cut the energy out. It was necessary because they both had to remove themselves for this final stage of learning and shedding of the old self, of the old energies. Because remember, this masculine has operated in this darn 7 of Swords before. This was his final lesson, his final learning. And she's kind of moved beyond that. She's like, you know what? Third party, like I said, with that Cardi B quote, you're going to leave me for what? Like what? That doesn't even make sense. So she's fine, whatever. She's like, whatever, do what you got to do. And so that's why she's like, you know what, I'm just going to shed all of this. I'm going to make my own dreams come true. And I'm continuing to realize what my path is in life and now step into my goddess energy. So for him with this deception, it's like he needed to remove himself from this conflict. It says this may be an actual retreat where you can find healing and solace. Or it may simply mean being silent and not engaging in debate or quarrels. 5 of Swords, Tower. The Tower happened, the 5 of Swords happened. Now it's time for him to just sit still. Sit still, heal, and grow. And it says you do not need to make a statement about it. Just quietly withdraw, which is well, I don't know that it was quiet, but the withdrawal sure as hell happened. Because he tried to be sneaky and deceive her. Okay, he wasn't operating as the King of Swords at this time because he still had to shed something. He created an illusion of something to reject his feminine, to get a reaction, and now he has to deal with the aftermath and sit still and figure out what he's learned and move away from this conflict that he has with her so that he can go through this final stage and again then move forward in the connection. All right, hope that made sense. Her messages: reinvention. Hey, she's saying, I've reinvented myself. I'm seeing now that you are reinventing yourself. We are ending a cycle. Remember, this came out in that energy, how he's viewing his feminine, this cycle, right? Farewell to the moon. And so, and by the way, I'm just getting this now, this moon card with this heartbreak in his 3D space. I'm not 3D space, in his overall energy, the moon. The moon came out. So this was the cycle. Like, so when he thinks about his feminine, remember, in his overall energy, he's heartbroken because of this deception. What was the deception? The Seven of Swords, right? And so what I'm really getting now, just like real-time information, is that they're ending this cycle of deception. They're ending this cycle of this kind of third-party energy. They're reinventing themselves. They're ending this cycle of the Seven of Swords, this cycle of the third parties. This was the last challenge. So I almost feel like he needed to do this last thing so she can detach, so he can go through his final healing with this last trigger. Okay, I really feel that. So they're reinventing. She's like, I'm reinventing myself. We're finishing out our cycle. She's then saying, we're going to need to compromise in the future. We're going to need to compromise where we stand as we come into our power. And we're going to need to communicate, because I feel like there's not a lot of communication, at least in 3D right now, because they're both in grief. 5 of Cups in his headspace, 5 of Cups in her 3D space. All right? They're both feeling sadness. They're both in grief. They both feel the loss of each other. They really do. What was the bottom of the deck for the clarifiers for this deception card? 3 of Pentacles. I almost feel like this is them working together to go through this cycle of him displaying the deception, her pulling out her sword, and then him going into the final stage of learning to ultimately shed this pride and ego behavior. Okay, now I'd like to go to where are they in their contract today? So in their soul contract for their Akashic records, where are they? 18, up in the air. Well, this is the card of, you can't know too much right now. This is just about a card of you're looking to the horizon, you're looking to the universe for answers. But what you really need to do is have faith and trust in the connection, okay? Let me tell you what the bottom of the deck is. Bottom of the deck, bottom line is, they're on track. This all needed to happen. This is completely orchestrated. This is completely what they decided to do when they were in soul form. All of this energy, everything they've been going through to date, this newest and latest challenge, all of this was necessary. They are on track with their connection. That's the bottom of the deck. So have faith in the connection, believe in the connection. The next card, number 11, Ark of the Covenant. I want to read this to you. The Ark of the Covenant, number 11 card. And it means here that this indicates that you are living true to your own karmic contract. They're living in their soul contract right now, and they are facing lessons of growth, and they are working towards greater discoveries and bringing unique contributions to the world. She's evolved, she's helping herself, she's helping others, he's coming into his power. So this is growth. It says that the karma does not rule them. When the work becomes too great, Taking a rest doesn't break you with your covenant. It supports it. So remember, I said in the beginning, if she's tired and she's feeling all this energy for the masculine, take the rest, take the break. Take the break, do what you need to do because she's feeling this heavy energy. If she's getting sick, take the break. And that's what she's doing with this Queen of Swords. She's like, I can't deal with that energy anymore. I got to cut it. I got to cut it. And it serves him. And it says, then you understand the phases of time and energy and you work through those phases. The moon's phases, they are working through the last and final phase of this connection. All right. I mean, damn, that was insane. Last card, Uriel and the Sphinx, okay, about where they are in their current connection. So, Uriel and the Sphinx, it means that it's the time, again, for these twins, to do the most important and difficult part of their work life. Like I said, he's gone within, right? With this air card, he took the air from her. He has gone deep into the ocean, into this abyss, to come out this masculine, which he is now through this wave of power. He's the King of Wands, he's the King of Swords, he's the King of Cups, he's the King of Pentacles. He's every king. He is every king. And it says that this card shows that it's time for you to do the most important and most difficult work in your life. The digging and inner discovery takes you to the deepest self. I wish I drew all these cards online, on camera, but it's just too many. And I get carried away, so I just didn't even know what I was going to use. So it says, it takes you to your deepest self. What did I just say with that air card? This fight, man, took him to the deepest part of himself to get him into his deepest power. It says, you will chip away at the rock-like substance of your old beliefs and histories so that you can get to the truth inside. But don't worry, you've begun already and you've made considerable progress. This is telling both of them, have faith in you're on track. The universe is saying, you're on track, you're on track. What is happening today in your connection, if you're in separation, it was meant to be. That he did this, whatever deception it was meant to be. It was part of the plan because this was the final stage of the cycle. Have faith in your connection, okay? You're doing the work, this inner work. You're working deep, deep within yourselves to come into your highest power for this connection. I mean, wow. Those all flew out. So now let's go to current connective energy. So where are they right now? Well, the Magician is the dupe to the clarifier of this deception. Well, he tried to create an illusion by being the Magician, and the Tower fell. The Tower fell, and now people are, and the Tower is a dupe to his 3D space, and now people are imbalanced. The connection is imbalanced. Two of Pentacles is in her headspace. She's like, yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with this connection right now. I really don't, but I know I need to focus on myself. So 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups came out. Where did it come out? In her energy, in her overall energy. So again, this Magician and the Tower is in his energy as the deception and this fight. And so he created something, an illusion, and the Tower fell. And now the feminine is like, yeah, I'm really not sure. Connection's imbalanced. And I have some choices to make. I'm kind of wondering, was this all an illusion? And I am procrastinating. Remember, 7 of Pentacles too, like she's not investing anymore because both are learning to love themselves. Ace of Cups came out for her in her headspace. And he's learning to love himself as he becomes the king. So they're operating in self-love, but they're also operating in wanting a renewed love. By the way, the bottom of the deck for this is the 4 of Wands. This is the twin flame card. The twin flame card. Marriage, commitment, contract, stability, foundations coming together. So this is all for the good of this contract. Okay, I'm not going to do future yet. Save that for the last thing that I do. Let's go to the universe's message, just kind of additional messages on this connection. Anchor. I don't pull this card too often, so I actually want to see what that means as the bottom of the deck. So when we get the anchor means Stability and security. Very Four of Wands. It's about, with stability and security, I bring peace of mind. I push you to persevere and help you reach your goal. Helping him reach his goal, going to the depths of his soul to come out the king, helping her to achieve her ultimate goddess power. Okay, so very, very much matches the Four of Wands. I didn't even know that. So now, where are we? The scythe, cutting things away. Okay, the scythe is all about cutting out energies, cutting out people. It's swift, it's sharp, and it's used with purpose. And this is about you're trying to gain clarity. Remember, he's in the Ace of Swords. So this is very much a card where this cutting by the Queen of Swords energy is going to help him create clarity. And then whip him and this connection into action. Okay, the whip, the birch, the broom. This is the whip, birch, broom. This is about high tempers, about bringing conflict, about strife. So this fight helps bring clarity. Okay, this fight helps bring clarity, and then helps people open their heart to love and heal, and then get rid of all of this confusion, this doubt in the connection. So the universe is saying, again, this is necessary to help with the stability of the contract, okay, of the soul contract. So let's do the future energies. Three of Wands. We're going to be waiting still for him to kind of finish this work, for her to finish her work. So there is this Three of Wands kind of waiting for this work to finish so that they can work as a team. Three of Pentacles matches. Where does it match? Three of Pentacles. I feel like it came out here somewhere. Oh, in her 3D space. They want to work as a team. And it comes up as the bottom of the deck for this clarifier. Work as a team. Okay, so Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Wait to work as a team. This is the team. This is the team. The divine connection. The lovers. They come together quickly. Eight of Wands after this, because the Queen exercised her power for the good of the contract. Okay, amazing, 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 amazing. So sorry if I got way too excited over all of this. I just couldn't help myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. And he's every man. He's every man. I feel so much love for the masculines right now. So much love for my own masculine too. So much love for him, for his growth, for his journey. And it's beautiful. This is a beautiful reading right before the solstice. So let me know if this resonates. Let me know if this made sense to you. I hope it does. And again, if you want to book your own personal reading with me, please go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great, great week, everybody. Happy winter solstice. Happy, happy holidays. Bye-bye.